Well, we'd like to say good Thursday morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us here on 13 Sunrise, 6 o'clock on your Thursday morning, January 2nd. And no doubt a lot of you will be hitting those interstates today as it is back to work and back to reality as well as far as winter is concerned.
Yeah, so we actually got a lot of schools that are heading back to class today on a weather impact day, but it's not this morning that's going to be the impact mostly.
It's basically tonight. And by the way, it's good to be back with the both of you.
I know.
We have not been together in exactly a long time.
Since last year.
Yes,
Sure.
That's right, since last year. But good to start off the year with you ladies. It's pretty calm out there right now, but we do have a number of changes both tonight and then, of course, on Sunday. But let's start out pretty mild out there. 27 in Indianapolis and in Greenfield. Good morning, Zionsville. You Eagles at 25. Shelbyville's at 30. Rushville at 30. We do have a wind chill. It feels like 19 degrees out there, so you know what to do. Hat, gloves, scarf. You'll be pretty much okay out there today. I do think that we've got a very interesting and basically dry day. However, we're looking at a couple of things. Snow swinging off of Milwaukee into the northern part of Indiana, and then this winter weather advisory basically corridor that's now been extended into Illinois this morning. Now, we're going to keep it dry this morning, going from 27 at 8 a.m. to 31 at 11, and then 37, which will be probably the last time we're above freezing in a long time. It may be a week, 10 days, maybe even 2 weeks before we get as warm as we will be today. And take a look at these lows that we're forecasting. By next week, we're forecasting lows in the single digits with sub-zero wind chills. Let's put that one on the shelf, all right, and talk about tonight, because from 6 o'clock till Friday at 6 a.m. we do have a weather impact with a burst of snow showers. Up to 2 inches is possible in the northern counties, with extra travel time tonight and maybe early tomorrow morning. We'll break that all down in just a few minutes. But Matt, this back to school and back to work day, how are we doing out there?
Here we go, back to the same old routine. We are mostly fine this morning. There are just 2 reports of some black ice. I want to show you where those are. The first one is right there on 65 as you're crossing over Lafayette Road. Tail lights headed south. These headlights are headed northbound. Here's Lafayette Road. So the 65 interchange just goes right over. On the bridge there by the shoulder is where we have some of those black ice reports. And then as you get closer to downtown, we've had some black ice reports there on 65 and 70. You're looking northbound for 65. So that semi is headed northbound. These folks are headed south. But right here is where we've got a couple patches of some black ice closer to the shoulder. Many times the lane is fine. You get closer to the shoulder, you could have a little bit of black ice, but most times folks are headed out just fine this morning. We'll keep a close eye to see if there are any more black ice reports that do pop up throughout the morning. Julia?
All right, thank you, Matt. Right now, we are following some breaking news. Since about 5 this morning, we're working to get more information from IMPD about shots fired in the Fountain Square area.
So there were some initial reports, actually, of those shots being fired overnight in the area of Spruce and Pleasant Streets. There was a very heavy police activity in this area. We give you a live picture, and you can still see maybe 1 or 2 of them leaving the area or just kind of rearranging their vehicles here as we're watching live. But again, police say we're still trying to find out if they've made any arrests or have narrowed down maybe where these shots came from.
And we started sharing this with you around 5 this morning, but investigators have been in that area for several hours now. They've been talking with people in the neighborhood. They say trying to figure out who's responsible for those shots fired. But as you can see, with there still being a police presence this morning, we are asking questions and hope to be able to update you soon here on 13 Sunrise.
And this morning, we now have some new video to show you out of New Orleans after a tragedy there of a parent terror attack.
So this disturbing surveillance video shows the moment a white pickup turned onto Bourbon Street early Wednesday morning, moments before plowing into New Year's partygoers on Bourbon Street.
Right now, we know at least 15 people are dead, including the attacker.
And dozens more are still in the hospital recovering from their injuries. Right now, our crews are in New Orleans as the city held a prayer service to remember the lives of the victims lost.
We want to get to our See a New Yorker here at home this morning with the latest on the investigation. Sia, good morning.
Yes, good morning, ladies. The FBI has identified that driver as suspect 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S. citizen from Texas, and investigators say they don't believe that Jabbar acted alone. Now, the FBI said that it was investigating the New Year's Day attack where the driver steered around a police blockade and slammed into people before he was shot dead by police as a terrorist act. Investigators found guns and what appeared to be an improvised explosive device in the vehicle and an ISIS flag. Now, last night, President Joe Biden said the FBI found videos that the driver posted to social media. He called the attack a, quote, despicable and heinous act.
I directed my team to make sure every resource is made available to federal, state, and local law enforcement to complete the investigation in New Orleans quickly and to make sure there's no remaining threat to the American people.
Now, the president went on to say that his heart goes out to all of those affected in this, and he's asking people and urging for patience as they do their investigation. Now, coming up on Sunrise at 6:30, we talked with several former FBI agents. They say right now FBI agents are trying to put together a story. Hear what we're talking about and what we mean coming up on Sunrise at 6:30.
Okay, thank you, Sia.
Thank you, ladies.
And right now we're also just hours away from the Sugar Bowl after officials, of course, postponed that game last night following the terror attack.
So just get to Dominic Miranda, who is in New Orleans, about the game that's now going to be at 4 o'clock our time today.
Yesterday, a day of far more questions than answers here in New Orleans, Louisiana. This area behind me, the intersection of Canal Street and Bourbon Street, the last 2 days has been full of fun, excitement, anticipation, not only for ringing in the new year of 2025, but the Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and Georgia. Now, as you can see, eerily quiet, a crime scene. 15 people left dead after an act of terror, dozens more injured, leaving football fans and locals alike in utter shock and disbelief.
We flew in for the New Year celebration and for the Sugar Bowl game. And we woke up this morning to just absolute tragic news.
What was supposed to be a morning of fun and excitement turned sinister, leaving a previously jam-packed downtown New Orleans empty and somber.
It's surreal. It kind of almost feels like a ghost town. Like there's just a lot of dreariness. And it's unfortunate. You can see the sadness on people's faces as you walk around the city.
Looking for answers and some semblance of optimism, we found ourselves at Notre Dame's Fan Hotel, the university holding mass for alumni and fans alike. This is what we do in the wake of tragedy, they said. Come together and pray.
Oh, I was devastated. We had to find something that brought us together. We came to mass, and obviously our faith teaches us a lot. Messages come in different ways. I don't know what this is going to teach us, but it's definitely going to bring us together.
Finally, an update. The FBI, Mayor of New Orleans, Governor of Louisiana, among others, briefing the public.
Are working diligently to investigate and find answers.
A football game with so much anticipation the past couple days, seeming insignificant given the circumstances. The Sugar Bowl took note.
All parties and all agree that it's in the best interest of everybody and public safety that we postpone the game.
A small price to pay for those grieving. Sports, however, can bring people together in times like this. Notre Dame fans certainly believe that will be the case on Thursday.
I think you'll have people that are very unified in it, kind of like how I am or other people. I think it'll be very unified, but I don't think it will. The other group of people will be like sad or might be scared to go to the game, but those who did stick around and want to go to the Sugar Bowl, they'll definitely be unified. They'll be stronger fans.
A hopeful end as the sun sets on a surreal day in New Orleans. New Orleans police chief said something interesting during the press conference yesterday. We can either run in fear or stand in strength. Those feelings of fear, sadness, disbelief, and anger throughout the day turned into unity, trying to process what happened, coming together to see if we can move forward and pick up the pieces here in New Orleans. The Sugar Bowl going on at 3 p.m. Central today. Of course, that game was postponed, was supposed to be yesterday at 8:45. Sports has a way of doing that, bringing people together. We'll have coverage for you all throughout the day here on Channel 13. Keep it locked with us right here on WTHR. For now, here in New Orleans, I'm Dominic Miranda, 13 News.
Thank you, Dom. Well, it's 6:09, brand new this morning. We're just now learning the name of the person killed in the Tesla truck explosion outside of Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. So our affiliate station in Colorado reports his name as Matthew Livelsberger. They're also reporting the FBI is investigating one of his properties in Colorado Springs. We've also heard from Elon Musk after a Cybertruck exploded outside of the Trump International Hotel. This explosion happened on New Year's Day, so we know that one person was killed and at least 7 others hurt. So in a post on the X platform, the CEO suggests the explosion was caused by fireworks and/or a bomb in the bed of that truck that was rented. He also says, quote, all vehicle telemetry was positive at the time of the explosion there. Right now, investigators believe the Tesla and the truck used in the New Orleans attack were rented from the same company, Turo. He says that law enforcement is investigating any possible connection. Sheriff Kevin McMahill says that the person rented the Tesla in Colorado, and police haven't found any link to ISIS or other terrorist organizations. McMahill says they did find gasoline canisters and large fireworks in the back of the truck. Well, when more news breaks on this story, we will have more across our platforms, including our WTHR app and at WTHR.com. That's where you'll find any breaking developments as we learn more information. Right now, it is 6:11. Let's get a check of your forecast right now. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, good morning, Julia. It's back to work and in some cases back to school at some districts today, and it's also back to cold. 37 for a high today. We're watching snow off to our west. We're tracking that for later on tonight and a storm on Sunday into Monday. We'll break it down for you hour by hour, day by day, Julia, in minutes.
And this morning, a New Year's Eve fireworks show turned deadly in Hawaii, destroying an entire home. Emergency officials say the explosion serves as a stark reminder about fireworks safety.